single corner I turn on the internet, I'm hearing about Gypsy Rose, Gypsy Rose, Gypsy Rose. You go on TikTok, Instagram, and even YouTube. Yes, YouTube. You're hearing about Gypsy Rose. And if you're watching this video, we're probably going through the same experience. So I'm sorry for being a part of the problem. You guys probably already know who she is, but for those of you who don't know, I'm gonna give you a little quick summary of Gypsy Rose and why she's trending. Who is this girl? Why is everyone pushing her down your throat, including me? So Gypsy Rose went to prison for assisting her ex-boyfriend in unaliving her mother, Dee Blancard, in 2015. And Gypsy Rose's last name is Blancard, but people just call her Gypsy Rose for short, okay? So her mom, Dee, pretended like she had leukemia, paralysis from the neck down, asthma, epilepsy, and probably more that I'm leaving out. Her mom pretended, keyword on pretended, that she had all of these chronic illnesses for almost Gypsy's entire life. So basically, she was in and out of hospital, receiving treatments for things that she did not have. So this was abuse in a way not much people heard before. It's not like just your regular mental and physical abuse. I'm talking like her whole life was a fraud. How she survived these treatments, I don't even know. So off the bat, from this little piece of information, her mom has a mental disorder. Anyone listening knows that, no sane parent would do that to their kid. So her mom had a mental disorder called Munchausen syndrome by proxy, which is a psychological disorder marked by attention-seeking behavior by a caregiver through those who are in their care. So this was a big story because the whole situation was rare. The girl who was bound to a wheelchair is now facing time for unaliving her mom. Everyone is confused, right? So the person who actually carried out the crime was her boyfriend at the time, Nicholas Goodjohn, who's actually serving his life sentence in prison as we speak, while Gypsy was sentenced to 10 years, but now she's out after 8 years, but she's on parole. And since her release in December 2023, y'all, all we have been hearing about is Gypsy this, Gypsy that, Gypsy this, Gypsy that. She's been on countless interviews. She got about, I think, 9 million followers on TikTok and 8 million followers on Instagram. And she only been released for a couple weeks now. And people are eating up her content. People are happy to see her free. She's a victim in this entire situation. And this is her first time really living out her life. And I can see why a lot of people are happy for her. I am happy for her. She's been on tons of interviews. But y'all, some of the questions that these people are asking her have me like, can y'all be any more for real right now? There's no way we're being serious. There's no way you guys are dealing with someone who survived all of this. So one of the interviews that she was on this show called The View. Now listen, I'm not into TV. I'm not even into interviews much. I don't know what they're famous for.
Gypsy Rose, she was your torturer. She was your captor, but she was also your mom.
Right.
So when you think back on your mom right now, how do you feel about her? And does any part of you miss her, feel
yes,
love?
Yes.
Huh?
When I say, can we be any more for real? When I say, can we please be any more for real? Like even come close to being for real. You're asking someone who was abused, whose whole life was faked. At some point, she didn't even know her own age. And her mom, who's also... You asking her if she missed her mom?
Of course, at first I was really upset finding out all of these things that she had done to me and just kind of the web that was going on of lies and uncovering that. And then after 8.5 years, I've come to realize that she suffered a lot from mental illness.
Yo, and the way she answered the question with so much grace and patience. It's actually mind-blowing because I'm like, had Drew looked me in my face and asked me that stupid question? I feel like there's so much other questions that they can ask and better questions too that you can ask from someone who's been through something like this. Out of all questions, you're like, do you miss your mom? Like, why would you ask that? Like, that question rubbed me the wrong way because you know what she's been through. You know what her mom did. And I feel like they're also trying to pick at her brain and try to paint her out as this villain. In the other interviews, y'all gonna see like the type of questions they're asking. It's like, yo, this is your one job. Out of all the questions y'all can ask, this is the question you choose. So this is another interview with ABC News. Like I said, y'all, I don't be keeping up with the news. I don't be keeping up with TV, mainly because I don't have cable TV and I can't afford cable TV. Let's move on.
Do you miss your mom, Dee?
Yeah, I miss my mom.
See, this is another one. This one immediately starts off, do you miss your mom, Dee? Actually, what's the obsession with do you miss your mom? What is the actual obsession?
Much of your life with your mom was built on essentially getting the sympathy of the public. How do you convince people that you're not manipulating them now, as you and your mom did so many years ago?
Yo, what? How she framed that question was so, I ain't even gonna lie, so disrespectful. One little Google search will tell you that her mom was mentally ill. Her mom started faking this illness on her from the time she was like 8 years old. As a child who's been tricked into all of this, you know, you're completely reliant. You're naturally reliant on your parents and you believe anything that they say about you. If my mom said that I was missing something in my body, like I didn't have a stomach, I'll believe her. So for her to say, oh, how do you convince the world that, you know, you and your mom are not manipulating them like you guys did in the past? Her mom had a mental disorder. What the hell? Why you? They're making it seem like Gypsy was also a part of the problem. Like Gypsy wanted this. Gypsy did this to herself while her mom did this to her.
Not making sense.
And they're trying to make it seem like her mom was the same person who knew exactly what she was doing. No, her mom was ill. Her mom was mentally ill. Her mom needed help just as much as Gypsy needed saving. It's literally a mental disorder. It's not as easy as, hey, stop it, that's wrong. Did anyone look over these questions before they decide to air this episode?
I don't think I can convince anyone anything. All I can do is be myself, put myself out there and in the truest form. I'm not setting out to manipulate anyone. I'm just myself.
She basically said, are we manipulating us? What? It's crazy that they just ask a question so insensitive like that. And props to whoever Gypsy's therapist is, whoever helped her out in prison and who brought her to rehabilitation. Who basically helped her in rehab while she was in prison. Because the type of mental strength and the type of maturity she has is actually unmatched for someone whose whole life was taken away from them. Because me personally, actually, let me not speak on me before y'all think I'm a little crazy, but y'all know how much work it takes to be able to speak out about this situation and be able to handle it as gracefully as she's doing. Like, not much people will come out of this situation level-headed. It's impressive, and I think that's why she's blowing up so much, because people are surprised at the young lady she's turned into today. And honestly, I'm so happy for her. As a future clinical psychologist, I'm joking. As someone who loves psychology, this is beautiful to see. That's why these questions are so goddamn disrespectful. How do you convince the world that you're not manipulating us like you and your mom did? Ma'am, let me calm down. Breathe in. Now we're going back to the view because Joy. Y'all probably seen these clips on TikTok of Gypsy saying, murder is wrong, Joy. And Joy is like, oh, you mean that part of the...
If there is someone out there watching right now, please listen to me, heed my words, that you are not alone in this, you know, situation. There are other ways out. I did it the wrong way. No.
You know. Don't say that.
But I did.
No choice,
I did
really.
something wrong, and I paid my dues for it.
Oh, you mean that part?
Yes, the part of it, you know, that part of it. Yeah.
Where are you going with this?
Yeah, no. You know, so I did something.
Murder is wrong,
Yes,
Joy.
murder's wrong.
For full context, they basically asked her, like, what does she plan to do with all this new attention and this new fame that's being given to her? I hate to use the word fame because I don't feel like it's fame. I feel like it's just a lot of attention. And she's basically saying like, hey, I want to go into advocacy. I want to spread awareness on this situation and let people know that they don't have to. I don't want people to be pushed against the wall like I did and do it the way I did it. And here comes Joy like, oh, no, there was nothing wrong with what you did. And then everyone's like,
murder is wrong, Joy.
This is a scenario that I wouldn't want anyone to be in, because no matter how you look at it, what she did was wrong. She had to serve time because this is an inhumane act and there's many other ways to get out that situation. But because of how extreme and like how backed against the wall she was, it's unfortunate that she felt like this was her only way out. And in many cases, a lot of people would not have survived what she went through. Yo, so why this interview on Entertainment Tonight? It was an interview with Gypsy and her husband, and they were just talking about their love life, right? Why is this the first question that the interviewer decides to ask?
So I got to know though, Gypsy, how many men wrote to you wanting to date you while you were in prison?
Y'all, and look at her face. She dead serious with it. Like, she's like, come on now, spill the tea. And she asked that right in front of her husband. I'm like, yo, if I'm sitting next to my, you know, my hubby, my husband, my for lifer, and you ask me, so how much other men reach out to you while he was swarming in your DMs? girl, if I jump through this camera for you. The thing is, it's like, why out of all questions, why is that your first question? I'm here thinking like she's gonna be like, oh, what was dating like for you in prison? How did they allow you to date in prison? What made you say, yes, I'm gonna continue to date in prison? And like how difficult it was, you know, because I don't know much about dating in prison. I didn't even know you could date in prison. These juicy questions that you could be asking, but no, she went straight for the gun. She's like, so
How much other men reach out to you?
in prison, while her husband is like right there like, yeah, tell us how much, even though he probably knows by now.
A lot.
I need some numbers. Well, give me an estimate.
And when Gypsy just said a lot, I need some numbers. Girl, if you don't calm down, a lot of these people, they just try to build up a story and try to get other people talking. So like on the headlines, it could be like, Gypsy said she had over so and so amount of men reach out to her while she was in prison. Why are they so unserious? Why are you like this? Why are you weird?
Over 250.
Over 250?
Who is this lady and why is she? She kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. She kind of funny, but really right next to her husband? Is it that serious?
What about Ryan made him the one? What's different about Ryan?
Well, Ryan's from Louisiana, and I mean,
No, she said, what was different about Ryan? Ryan's like, girl, look at me, as you should. Clearly there was something about him that stood out. Y'all could go watch a full interview for yourselves to go and see, but they're basically from the same place, and she said he was kind of a sweetheart. Yo, what? I just see like all this interviewer has is the audacity. This lady could not have been any more unserious than the rest of the interviews we just watched. I think I'm gonna stop this video right here and talk about the hatred and little cancellation that people are trying to put Gypsy through. Hey guys, so it's me editing behind the scenes what's new. Because I can't clearly get my thoughts right on camera, I have to come here and re-explain my thoughts. So basically I've noticed on TikTok, especially TikTok when it's not TikTok, people are actually trying to cancel Gypsy and saying that, oh, we should not glorify a murderer and we shouldn't make somebody like this famous. And they basically try to say like she's doing all of this for fame and attention, X, Y, and Z. You guys probably already saw the whole 9 yards. And I just want to say, what did people expect to happen when she come out of prison? Like people are actually expecting her to stay inside, hide, and just live a life of misery. Like how do people expect someone who survived abuse, a victim of abuse, to act? Is she not allowed to be happy? Is she not allowed to live her life the way she wants to live her life? Like if Gypsy says she want to be an influencer, which she's not even really an influencer. And even if she wants to be an influencer and like show off these products like the rest of us normal people are, why isn't she allowed to do that? I feel like people want to see her be miserable. People don't want to really see her be happy. As much as there's a lot of people saying, oh, you know, I'm happy she's free, but what? But she's literally a regular person now. She's a citizen just like us. I've seen a lot of videos of people who saying, oh, well, you know, I was also a victim of abuse and so and so. And the way Gypsy is acting is really so and so and so. As crazy as it sounds, you are not Gypsy and Gypsy is not you. Everyone is going to handle things differently. Everyone is going to heal differently. And everyone is going to choose to live their life differently. So I feel like a lot of people are also seeing this from a very emotional perspective, as in, I went through this thing and this was my outcome. Why isn't her outcome the same? Oh my gosh, I'm articulating my thoughts so perfectly right now. What? Izzy, what? But yeah, the hate and the cancellation is so uncalled for. People are hating on the red carpet event. That was literally for her documentary series that she made with Lifetime. People are angry that she's going on these interviews. Well, y'all shouldn't have created a whole movie on the girl's life story. You know, like what? The outsiders are the one who blew this story up, and they're surprised that the person who actually went through this horrible thing is speaking out about it and sharing their experience. Like, what did you expect to happen? Did we expect Gypsy to stay at 0 followers on social media if she created an account? Did we expect her not to create an account? Like, this is this girl's life. She's like one of us now. She can do what she wants. So if y'all see Gypsy promoting a little... Not that this is the actual Stanley Cup by Starbucks, because we don't support that. Got this for $15 at TJ Maxx. Y'all need to get put on. Got this way before the collab, baby. I got this way before the collab. But if Gypsy want to promote her little product, which she isn't even doing, let her be. If she want to be an influencer, let her be. If she want to be an actress, let her be. If she want to work a regular 9 to 5, let her be. She's literally a normal person. She's a normal person. She's a normal person. Anyways, Izzy from a week ago finished this video. Please, she's not a celebrity. Allow this girl to be a normal person and allow her to share her story in the way she feels is appropriate. Yeah, that's it. That's all. I'll stop rambling right now. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned something from You know, I hope you learned something from watching this video. That's one of the things that make me very happy when you guys say, oh, I didn't know this, I didn't know that. And I'm like, did I just teach you something? And I hope this video made you laugh in the best way possible. Not no dark humor type thing. We ain't into that over here. You know, sometimes my humor can be very dark, but this is not the video. Thank you so much for the support, and I will see you in the next one.